can put you in some danger. Didn't mama tell you that you shouldn't talk to strangers? Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea. Got the story, and we got receipts. Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea. What? So messy, girl, talk with me. Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea. Got the story, and we got receipts. Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea. What? So messy, girl, talk with me.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Key with Celebrity with Key. As promised, I'm here with the first episode to the Diddy saga, Who is the Real Sean Combs? So tune in, take a seat, grab a drink, a little snack, because this is going to be a lot of episodes to this saga. This episode is strictly to explain the lawsuit that Cassie took out on Diddy, what she all accused him of, and what came about of the case and after. Just so that way when I go on with the next videos, you guys are not confused and you're all caught up and you know exactly what's going on. Let's get into it. Okay, and I want to give a quick shout out to vulture.com. That's who I'm using for a recap of the case. And also shout out to Tisa Tells. I also use a lot of information that she gave as well. And also shout out to Gene Deal, P. Diddy's ex-security guard. I get a lot of my information from him as well, so shout out to them. So Cassie sued Diddy in federal court on November 16th, accusing him of ape and a decade-long pattern of abuse that began when she was only 19 years old. The R&B singer, who was once signed to Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records, alleges that Diddy had her ex-trafficking, human ficking, actual battery, actual assault, and gender-motivated violence, among other causes of action. So Cassie is alleging that after she signed with Bad Boy in 2005, that's when things took a turn for a worse. P. Diddy felt like he owned her at that point. He took control over her life, complete control, including her apartment, car, clothing, and even her medical records to keep her under his thumb. According to the lawsuit, he went so far as targeting rapper Kid Cudi, who briefly dated Cassie in 2011 during a rough patch in Diddy and Cassie's relationship. And when they say targeted, they mean blew up his car. He blew up Kid Cudi's car because he liked Cassie. Cassie was trying to leave Diddy at this point. She was trying to move on, date someone else, and he blew up the man's car. So it was said to have believed that before the case came public, Cassie was trying to settle this with Diddy outside of court. He wouldn't settle. He wouldn't come to an agreement with her. They couldn't settle it. So just one day after Cassie filed the lawsuit, she settled with Diddy outside of court. And it's crazy because we had a clip of Diddy saying, if anybody ever felt like he did them wrong, if anybody felt like he owes them anything, let him know or sue him, and then he'll pay you within 24 hours.
Anybody thinks I owe him something, show me the receipt. You get paid in 24 hours.
The settlement comes one day after word of the lawsuit was filed where she accused him of sexual assault.
4 hours. Well, that video sure came back full circle because soon as Cassie went to the public, she got that settlement within 24 hours. So maybe at some point he is a man of his word. I don't know. Let's get into what he was actually accused of in the lawsuit. In the lawsuit, it alleges that Diddy had several instances of abuse that he committed against Cassie, including ape, battery, forced sex acts with male ex-workers. You have to read between the lines because YouTube will cut off my videos if I say the whole thing. So for adult activity, I'm going to say X. You know it has an S before it. And in the filing, Cassie depicts the mogul, head of her former labor and then romantic partner, as a textbook abuser, luring her into what she first perceived as a fatherly, protective relationship, only to find herself in an unequal and violent actual relationship. He had FOs. If you want to know what the FOs are, it was a party where Cassie had to commit adult activities with the ex-worker for probably sometimes a week at a time. They said that it would go on so long that Cassie would have to get IV drips because she would be so dehydrated after that. And in the lawsuit, it also stated that Diddy was able to keep Cassie under his thumb by doing alleged intimidation tactics. He blew up Kid Cudi's car. He hung Wale over the balcony by his foot. Wale is so nervous. He is still saying that that never happened, but people who were at the studio the same night claims that it happened. So
we in the studio and this girl in the studio and she's singing, but The girl is Cassie at the time. I don't really know what's going on. I just know she's a big singer. I'm not a musician. I'm not a music guy at this time. I'm not into music. I'm just there with Shy, literally make sure Shy all right. I know like the popping people. Wale been telling us like before we even get to the studio with him and Cassie in the studio, Wale was already telling us like, man, we about to go to the studio with Cassie. Man, Diddy be acting crazy over her. Diddy don't want nobody working around her, so y'all make sure y'all don't look at her too wild or make her feel uncomfortable. Or if you see her security guards with her, just prepping us on how crazy Diddy act over her. Like any guys that's around her in her facility, while Diddy not around, he kirks off, he goes off. We make it through the session. We probably like an hour in the session, like an hour into the session, maybe two. Her and Wale doing what they do in the studio, but they helping each other. It's just professional, y'all. It ain't nothing like, they ain't doing nothing weird. I don't feel no weird vibes. I don't see no flirting or nothing. It's really professional. They making good music. So I'm off not paying no attention. I've been heard what he told me before we walk in here about Diddy be tripping, but I'm just thinking like Diddy be tripping. I swear to God, y'all. Diddy and his security guards walk through this room. I told y'all. But I don't know. I guess they weren't supposed to be there doing it in person together. They were supposed to send it or whatever, but they was trying to keep and doing it in person together because they ain't thinking Diddy gonna pop up in here. Like, Diddy probably somewhere living his natural born life. At least that's what they thought. I swear, y'all, Diddy got like little secret people that follow her places. Like when she go into a restaurant, like his girlfriends, like he keep eyes on to see who they cheating on. Like he that crazy. It's some obsessive Diddy. Like it's crazy. The world know about it though. Like the crazy parties, Diddy be crazy over them girls. Like super duper stalking. Like he be having private investigators following him. No niggas can't go around him. He very controlling. I swear to God. So that's what the vibe is. So Diddy walks in. Diddy walk in, Wale and him in the bathroom. Wale and the girl in the booth, but they doing the music part, me and Shy over here. I don't know it's Diddy who walked in. I just see these big security guys and a nigga in black, like it's a black sweatsuit and hat. I can't really see who it is, but I know it's another celebrity important person because this room only important people walking in this room. This ain't even no type of room you can get in unless you're an important person. But he came in with aggression, they moving. But I seen security guards with him, so I know it wasn't nothing for us. Like it was no threat to us or me or Shy. It was like control because they had to get in, they had to go through all this so you know it's somebody. And then I looked, it was like a glance once he got a little bit past me. I'm like, damn, that's Diddy. I ain't say nothing. I looked at Shy. Shy looked at me. I was not about to run in there. First of all, I'm here with Shy. I was not about to run in there and say Wale and be like, Wale, Diddy come like that. I would have died. Like that's out of my control. First of all, this Puff Daddy. I promise you, I don't know what gangsta I do in the street. Uncle Buck, this is off my list. This is off my radar. Like, I can't do nothing with this. I'm gonna stand out. So me and Shy like, oh. So as they go in there, they go back there, but they shut the door. It's a blind. All right. It's a studio part, the booth part. It's like a blind back there. Like it's a pop art. They do orchestra back there. So with a booth at, it's like an orchestra, like a church show. You can open it and you can see in the studio where they record, or you can shut it. Like don't y'all ever been to a graduation in a blind shut? You can shut the blinds and you can't even see back there. Diddy and went back there and shut the blinds. All I heard was like, but not punches, like shit, like moving around, tables and shit. But I'm like, oh. So me and Shy run to the blinds. We peeping through the blinds. I'm peeping through the blinds. Shy peeping through the blinds. I swear for God, it's a balcony in the studio, like an out balcony. You can see over the back. I swear to God, my grandmother, they got Wale over top of his feet. They got him off his feet, hanging off the balcony. Like he hanging off the balcony. They dangling by his feet. I can't really hear what they saying. I'm like, Shy, man, be quiet. Shy don't know what's going on. Shy, first of all, Shy go back and help Wale. This is man. He can go back to Shy and must move. I swear to God. Shy like, man, what they doing? Man, they got him over the by his feet. They're like, man, no, he don't. That ain't him. Like, so that is him. We knew it was him because we know what type of shoes Wale wore to the studio, and we seen them jump up in the air. So who put on Wale's shoes? Nobody. That was Wale's feet over there. So boom. So I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? But Wale had already hipped us to this, that Diddy is crazy about this Cassie girl, and nobody can be around her, just that, and the third.
Wale is saying that didn't happen, but it was in the lawsuit. Also, and asking her to carry his gun in her purse. So Cassie never went to the police in fear that it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her, being that he was able to break in her apartment, actually assault her, blow up this man's car, hang over somebody by the balcony, stay forcing her to have adult activity with him, and nobody was ever able to do anything for Cassie. So I kind of understand why she was nervous, because all these things were happening to her and nobody was doing anything. In the lawsuit, Cassie stated that Diddy and his inner circle had complete control over her life. So I'm assuming that like the assistants, bodyguards, best friends, close friends, they all kept an eye on Cassie as well to make sure she stayed in line. And in the lawsuit, it said that they also turned a blind eye to the physical abuse. So not only did they help P. Diddy keep her in check and make sure she did what he says, whenever he decided to Diddy bop her upside her head, they act like they didn't see anything. So... And Cassie stated in the lawsuit, beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs' staff and employees. The suit read, but no one dared to speak up against their frightening and ferocious boss. And I mean, can you blame them? Because at this point, this man was getting away with anything. He could do anything to anybody and nothing was happening. I mean, he blew up Kid Cudi's car. If a regular citizen went to go blow up somebody's car, would we get away with that? No. But anyway, Cassie said she never went to the police for fear that it would give Diddy an excuse to hurt her. In one instance of abuse in 2009, he allegedly kicked her repeatedly in the face, making her head bleed, and had his staff hide her in a hotel room. Every time she hid, Mr. Combs' vast network of corporations and affiliated entities found her, and those who worked for Mr. Combs' companies implored her to return home to him. The filing stated many went as far as to explicitly state that her failure to return to Mr. Combs would hinder her success in the entertainment industry. And if you think about it, what happened to Cassie after she left Diddy? Did she make another song? I don't know about y'all, but I never heard nobody say, hey, turn that Cassie up. So on top of her being beaten, trafficked, and threatened to lose her music career, she also stated that she suffered memory loss from the copious substance use and suicidal ideation during her relationship with Diddy. So on top of that, she had memory loss from him forcing so many drugs on her that she wanted to kill herself. She wanted to die. And the court papers cite an incident which MRI's result went directly to Diddy. I want to know how they got away with that, being that they were never married or anything. That's against HIPAA violations. There's no way he should be able to force her medical records on himself or have the doctor send her medical records directly to him. That's weird to me. And I just feel like that should be looked into as well, because how are you able to get away with that? And earlier I mentioned that Cassie had to participate in freak-offs. And just in case you have not been following this story and you've been under a rock somewhere, freak-offs is where Diddy brought in male ex-workers that Cassie would have to comply and submit to do different adult activities. She never knew what she would have to do, who she would have to do. Sometimes she didn't even get to see the people. She would be blindfolded. The person would come in and do whatever to her while P Nasty was on the other side choking his chicken, being disgusting. That was also in the lawsuit. She went into all kind of details about what this man was doing to her. So she had no control over her music, her body, her work, her medical records, her apartment, her clothing, even her hairstyle. It was said that they were at a party one time. Matter of fact, it was Young Jock who said this. I'm going to try to find the clip. Young Jock said they were at a party one time and P Nasty seen a white woman coming down the elevator with a hairstyle. Her hair was cut off to the side. And so he looked at Cassie and told her that she had to do that hairstyle like the lady that was coming down the elevator. So next thing you know, Cassie got her hair cut off to the side. So
you remember Scarface when that white woman was coming down the escalator? Yeah. He was in that man's house and he saw that man's wife and was like this. I was watching Puff. And then Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sat next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came on and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? So when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up there, this white woman's side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I was looking at Cassie. I was like, I was like, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, I mean, whatever Sean wants, I'm going to do. I was like, well, you make sure you send me a picture before you do that shit. So within like 2-3 days, she sent me a picture. I'm like, she done shaved her motherfucking head. I'm like, that shit look good. When that shit hit the internet, boom.
She started a whole trend, man.
A whole trend. And I watched it happen.
She started a whole trend.
So I got so many moments and stories in time.
So she had control over nothing. Not her hair, her clothes, nothing. He controlled everything. Diddy took photos and filmed the encounters. Cassie would delete videos shot on her phone to no avail. Once she was forced to watch footage on a flight that she had thought she had got rid of. So she tried to delete the video, and he came back and showed her the video like, yeah, you thought you got rid of it, but I got a copy. So following a FO, that's the freak offs, in 2016, he allegedly paid a hotel $50,000 to erase hallway surveillance footage of an intoxicated Diddy throwing glass vases at Cassie when she tried to escape after he gave her a black eye. She would take copious amounts of drugs to disassociate during these horrific encounters, including ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts. This excessive substance use led to an addiction, Cassie said, and also the memory loss. Don't forget that part. And that probably came from excessive marijuana because THC attacks your memory cells. In 2018, after Cassie had already decided to leave Diddy, moved on, got her own apartment, she had started the steps to be independent and not have to deal with this craziness for the rest of her life. She had got her own home. Diddy then broke into that home and forced X on Cassie while she repeatedly said no and begged him to stop. Following that incident is when Cassie took the final steps to be done with P. Diddy. She disassociated herself with Bad Boy Records. She started dating his trainer and just start taking steps to move on and be done with this chapter in her life. So after Cassie filed the lawsuit against Diddy, they came to the term of the agreements one day after Cassie filed and said, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably," Diddy said in a statement on November 18th. I wish Cassie and her family all the best love. By reaching an agreement out of court, Diddy avoided new, likely damaging evidence being made available during the process of the legal discovery. So basically, he just paid her real quick so they didn't have to go to trial. So that way they wouldn't read through the whole lawsuit and know everything that he did. Because eventually it would probably turn into something criminal. Diddy also made a statement saying, "Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing." And that came from Ben Braffman, a lawyer for P. Diddy. Actually, Mr. Braffman, sir, I think if you come to an agreement to pay somebody, that is saying that you did it. Because if I didn't do anything and I know I didn't do anything, you're not getting $1 from me. Not 5 cents. So basically, to us, Mr. Braffman, he agreed that he did it. Cassie's civil suit was brought under the Adult Survivors Act, a New York law that gave victims of sexual abuse who were 18 or older at the time of the alleged abuse a 1-year window to bring cases in New York after any statutes of limitation have expired. The window closed a week after. With the expiration of the New York Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, Cassie told the New York Times on November 16th, "It became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life." Cassie's filing mentions the law as well. Thanks to the passage of the act in New York and California, she is now ready and able to also confront her abuser and to hold him and those who enabled his abuse accountable for their actions. I know that's right. The co-signer's going down with the CEO. I know that's right, Cassie. Get everybody. Since the lawsuit was filed, songwriter Tiffany Red published an open letter to Diddy in a Rolling Stone on December 7th, corroborating Cassie's claims. Red said that she became close to the R&B singer in 2015 while writing an album that P. Diddy never released. The musician was also present at Cassie's 29th birthday party where Diddy allegedly screamed and cursed at her. After his verbal abuse disrupted karaoke with friends, Red claimed that she saw the rapper drag a drugged Cassie to a freak-off in the middle of the night. She also said Cassie confided the physical abuse to her on a separate occasion. Diddy's treatment of herself and her friend triggered PTSD, paranoia, and anxiety. And I mean, who can blame them? Because, like I said, he gets away with anything. So you never know if you're safe with this information. Can you help yourself? Can you help somebody else? You just out here. And she also said the power imbalance makes it nearly impossible to fight back and terrifying to speak up. But despite that, here I am, standing beside my friend. There are moments in life where some of us have to face hard choice of speaking truth to the power or not. This is one of those moments. A lot of other artists have also spoke out as well, from Kesha, 50 Cent, Dandy Kane members, the band members. A lot of artists have started speaking out. Ice Cube, Cat Williams. We found videos from DMX. So that's going to be in another video. I'm going to let you guys know all the artists that have spoke out against P. Diddy and spoke out on his side to get you guys' opinion and see what you think about that. But I hope this help you understand the case so you understand where I'm going with the next videos. And also, if you want the full read out of the Cassie lawsuit, you can follow Tisa Tales on YouTube. She had like a 2-hour video reading the lawsuit word for word. I am not going to do that, but I will put her link in the comments so that way you can go to her page and watch the full readout of the Cassie lawsuit if you missed that. But all right, that's it. That's all I have for today. Well, for this segment of the Diddy saga, thank you for tuning in to Celebrity with Key. Don't forget to subscribe to my page. Follow. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Put you in some danger. Didn't mama tell you that you shouldn't talk to strangers? Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea. Got the story, and we got receipts. Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea. What? So messy, girl, talk with me. Spill the tea, we gon' spill the tea.